So the stream has started. I think you should absolutely be banned. Why? What makes you say that, Connected?
He's explaining. Let the man explain.
He's typing too slow. I'm just being serious, number 2 here.
Oh, I mean, I don't really like the climate change denial stuff, but the way I see it is that at the very worst, Crowder and his content, if we, take that aside for a moment, it really was just an issue localized to him, but the problem is that Carlos's response affected a lot of people on the platform, and that's the part I'm kind of upset about. I know that wasn't necessarily the intention, but at the same time it kind of was, because it was very clear that Vox is targeting right-wing people, and I don't necessarily agree with the whole conservative doctrine, like climate change denial, pretty dumb, I agree. But, censorship, it's not really that good.
I don't even want to get into the climate change debate because I don't know much, if anything, about it. Really.
Yeah, I don't have, extensive knowledge of it, but, yeah.
I think climate change should just be left to the scientists.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should probably stay out of politics. I definitely don't like the conservative notion that they're denying climate change just so that companies don't have to conform to any eco-friendly policies. They can make, more money or keep products cheap. Don't necessarily like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is, spreading propaganda doesn't necessarily mean you should be banned, because that's pretty much what the left does anyways. So if you're saying Crowder should be banned, then everybody else who spreads propaganda or whatever.
Yeah, the way I interpret it is it's like Crowder is the lesser of two evils in this scenario. Because, yeah, I don't agree with the conservative doctrine entirely. I hate the whole climate change thing. I'm not as extreme on certain beliefs, but what I really don't like is the alternative, because it's not good.
Pretty much. It's not really a good debate because you leave out some things. But then again, your stance is
That's my issue with modern politics, is that there's no in-between. It's either you do absolutely nothing about the issues, which is more right-wing, or you tackle every single issue regardless of its magnitude, which is the left. And the way I've always interpreted it is that we should start with the big issues first, the things that have the greatest impact or, on society. And that's why I don't care as much about supporting LGBTQ people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As climate change, for example, because climate change, it's like, if we screw this up, everybody dies. Whereas, LGBTQ people, it's like a few people are upset. It's only a fraction of the population as opposed to an issue that will literally kill everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to prioritize what things I like to support. It's not that I don't support certain things, just I've got priorities.
Yeah, but then again, there's also this conflicting problem. Should scientists now be politicians or what?
Well, I don't necessarily like the idea of science overlapping in politics, but for the case of climate change, there's really not that much we can do because of the fact that climate change will affect economics, because, there will be policies that come in saying, oh, companies now have to conform to the climate change to prevent death of our planet, but then that's going to affect companies. So unfortunately, it does overlap between science and politics, and I really wish we could keep them separated, but there are some topics that are just too controversial.
Yeah.
Also the identity politics have bit of a crossover with science. Like, I guess with race and stuff, there's not as much of an overlap, admittedly, but it exists, especially with people in like the transgender movement, because it is born of science. It's just a political issue.
Pretty damn much. I mean, raising awareness of the problem isn't a bad idea, but trying to solve a problem without knowing anything about it just makes it worse, though. I mean, no, it actually, it does make it worse, because, yeah, people are easy to brainwash these days, and always have been, actually.
It's true. People have been kind of conditioned to not look into things because it takes too much effort, and that's why people are so naive. But yeah, so obviously misinformation's terrible. But raising awareness of an issue, at least an issue that matters, in my opinion, is good. We've seen what happens when you raise awareness of issues that don't matter.
How does it make it worse? I mean, it depends on what you do when you overreact, though. It's a very vague statement. Viper just needs to be a bit more specific about what she means. I mean, in what way could it be blown way out of proportion? You need to be specific here. You're just saying it will be blown way out of proportion. Doesn't really mean anything. You're not explaining good enough there. Sorry, it's not my fault you can't explain. What the fuck is up with servers these days? I can't join servers.
Discord servers or just game servers?
No. The DBD servers. Nah, Viper, you can say your opinion. I just wanted to be a bit more specific because you're being insanely vague.
My best guess to what she's referring to, and I won't put words in her mouth about it, but it's probably the fact that when you make people think that an example of this is when you make people think that the world is ending, then society kind of collapses and it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I've heard of this sort of thing happening like in Africa when there's water shortages. People try and get more water right before it all goes out, and it's like if they didn't do that, if they didn't realize it's such a threat, then maybe there would have been more time for the water to be replenished and it would have no longer been an issue. But because of the fact that people heard about it and tried to get more water a lot quicker so that they could survive, they actually caused a shortage and made it an issue. So the idea is that misinformation can propagate action which can actually do damage if it's built on a foundation of misinformation. That's the way I interpret it, at least.
Alrighty. I'm just waiting for them to type this thing out. Connector, turn your mic on. I know, I wouldn't necessarily say 12 years is a lot of time, actually.
It depends on, I think, the severity of the issue. So if we come back to the root here of climate change, I I guess the best way to handle it is nip it at the bud and handle, what's actually causing the issue. Because if we allow ourselves more time, well, obviously that's a good thing, because then that's more time to develop technologies to counteract the issue.
I mean, it depends. Yeah, as Kasia said, it depends on the severity of the problem. If it's really severe, then you don't have much time to fix it, do you? So you need to get in action as quick as you can.
Yeah, so like in the case of climate change, it's like, yeah, depending on when the world will actually end, and of course there's varying answers for places, but let's suppose in this hypothetical scenario that we actually know, like the Earth has a very set in stone death date, it's widely accepted, and we know it, then of course we should like get going on that. And that's kind of one of the issues with climate change, is that there's conflicting opinions about when the Earth will die, and that also affects the severity of the perspectives given towards it. And that's why a lot of people don't care, is because they don't realize when it's going to die. Or perhaps people care too much because they think it's going to die sooner than it actually will. It all comes down to, you need concrete information.
Something in those lines, yeah. Oh boy, first round. That's exactly the thing, though. It is
difficult to predict, but that's the issue, and that's kind of why climate change is, to some degree, at a standstill. Like, there's actions being made, but there's nothing drastic. Because, yeah, the fact is, we just don't have enough info, and it may very well be that within our lifetimes we could watch the death of the world, as by the time we figure out the actual death date, well, it's too late, and then we all die. That could be a possible future. It just depends. There's so many factors to consider here, it's ridiculous.
Which is why it's also a very difficult problem, because you don't even know where to start.
Exactly. It's, I mean, my suggestion is obviously trying to cut losses and then work on regeneration afterwards, because if you cut losses, you have more time. But of course, people, they're going to be a little peeved by that, especially conservatives, because I think it'll most likely boil down to putting some kind of impairment on industries. So the idea won't go down without a fight, but it's not a bad idea.
Oh, I'm the obsession now. Hi. Climate deniers are pretty fucking stupid. We're dead this round.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who deny climate change are either at the top of the chain when it comes to, companies and, economics, because they're worried it will affect them. And then the people who aren't are either just kind of generally misinformed, or, they're obviously misinformed. But I guess the idea is that they don't think it'll affect much, or something like that. There's a lot of people who their political position exists purely to spite the opposite end, and there are probably right-wing people out there who think that climate change is a hoax propagated by the left just for the sake of activism, and they don't actually consider that there may be implications of a real threat. That is a very possible opinion that might exist.
Yeah.
I can only fathom a guess, though. I haven't actually met anyone in person who denies climate change.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Oh, funny you mention a subreddit because I'm literally on the Reddit.
The Reddit?
Yes, the Reddit.
The Retritino.
I'm reading through the Donald right now because I've never actually looked into it. I've heard of it, but never looked at it. I'm just curious to see what it looks like.
What is the Donald?
Well, I mean, obviously, as you can imagine, it's dedicated to Donald Trump. I think it's just right-wing supporters of Trump. That's my guess.
That's gay.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the entirety of the right wing condensed into one subreddit. Lots of people talking about right wing stuff, and the occasional post about crusades. That's pretty epic.
Epicness.
Yeah, videos of people getting their like children to shoot guns, just very right-wing American stereotypical things.
Oh wow.
Nothing new to see here.
Trump is so smart because he can get away with that.
Somebody posted a magazine. I can't get over. It's from a magazine called Newsweek, and the title on the cover is your baby racist?" Like, oh, what? That's funny.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just looking through it. It's kind of, I don't know. Lots of people in this subreddit who are trying to own the libtards. And that's pretty much it. And lots of photos of people showing off their guns, I've noticed.
Showing off guns is okay, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a subreddit dedicated to the stereotypical Trump supporter. So, I don't know. I wonder if there's a version of this subreddit but for left-wing people. I honestly don't know my subreddits all that well. I don't use Reddit enough. Last stage capitalism. Oh, let's take a look.
Fuck.
362 members, that's not very large.
I straight up made The killer ran into another injured survivor. Shit.
You are totally correct. It is literally just the left-wing version. Just with a lot less people. Yeah, last, I might have said, I don't know. I found the subreddit thing. Oh wait, no, maybe that would explain it. I have to get used to the touchpad on my new, laptop. Yeah, here we go. I think this is the one you...
Is it marginally different compared to your MacBook?
Yeah, a little bit, because I'm not used to having, what is it, with the MacBook, it was pretty straightforward. You click on the touchpad and it clicks, but a right click, you just control click and do it, but on Windows you don't do that. Instead you have to click with 2 fingers, which is a little weird. Or just tap it with 2 fingers. Yep, this is definitely the description of late-stage capitalism. A one-stop shop for evidence for social, moral, and ideological. It's almost like that on both sides.
I just got jumped. Yeah.
We're just having an intellectual discussion in the background of your screen playing a game.
Yo, it's Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight with intellectual cherry on top. Oh, what?
I am just so blessed that Canada doesn't have the same set of issues that the US does. Like, the US is genuinely screwed, but Canada, hey, you know, it's a bit well off. Pretty thrilled. Not perfect.
God damn it. Oh, where the fuck did a pallet go? I'm dead here. Right. Brilliant. I'm worth it, I guess. So what is actually late-stage capitalism?
It's basically just a bunch of left-wing people bringing up all the issues with society and capitalism and basically just complaining about it. Which is not really far off from being pretty much the opposite of the Donald. It's right-wing people often complaining about the left or just showing their support for Trump. In essence, just a one-sided political circle jerk. I think it's healthy to have, a dose of both perspectives. Just not insane perspectives. Just don't listen to the far right or the far left. Find the people who agree.
Yeah.
On either side, I find. It seems like on either end, you're gonna find people who, like, if you go far enough to either side, the people will never agree with you. They're just so deeply rooted in their beliefs. But yeah, I find that kind of allows you to find your range, per se, of people. When you start getting to a point with people where you just can't agree with them and they won't agree with you, and it's like a really bad experience, and it's probably a little out of your range.
How did they kill a loser? This is so bullshit. This is a left wing sub shitting on right wing subs.
Yeah.
Open the door. Oh, he has hex. No one escapes death. You better be hurry, bot. Yeah, you should leave. Why didn't he just open the exit gate? This is retarded.
Turn on the dark mode manually on a new computer. Here we go.
Yeah, you fucked up, mate. Actually, I want to spectate you this hard to strike. Oh my god, if you missed it. Nope, she doesn't turn into this hard to strike. Never mind. That's brilliant. Probably do this, to be fair. I forgot it. Fine. It's time to be a sellout.
I got a genius idea I want to try here at some point, just for fun. So a game engine I've switched to recently for some of my game development purposes. It's open source and a lot of people have been writing different modules for it. But I recently discovered one that allows you to use the GPS thing in your phone and actually return like coordinates. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally make an AR game. I could make the next Pokemon Go if I so decided.
Oh?
Yeah. So, of course, the next logical step here is Geometry Dash Go. I'm just joking, I couldn't do that. That's a little unholy.
What is wrong with you for making that joke, please? Will you please explain that? Like, what is wrong with you for making that joke? I do not like that joke, okay? This is the political corrected field, alright? You cannot make that such offensive joke. For Pokemon, for discriminating the absolute beauty and magnificence of Pokemon world. I don't know.
Pokemon Go wasn't that good, Chief. Let's not give it credit here.
You are still discriminating animals.
Well, by not making the joke, you're discriminating against squares. You ever think of that?
Fuck geometry and math.
I feel like if I were to actually go through...
Well, fuck up. You are politically incorrect. You have no right to speak your mind up, okay? No freedom of speech for you, alright? You bigot.
Alright, there, bud.
Alright.
I'm
just being a libtard, innit?
Yeah, I could tell. I feel like that would set the GD community on fire, and I can't do that. It'd be funny, though.
Actually, you can do that. You should. I want to see GD community on fire.
The problem is that the server, and I don't have that yet. I could make one, but I don't have one yet. As soon as I make a server, though, it's fair game. I don't even know what it would be. It'd be so cursed. It reminds me of that one time that Kozicom tried to make Geometry Dash story mode. That was cursed.
Imagine if you made Geometry Dash hentai. Jesus Christ.
I think that's a thing.
It is already a thing.
Yes, that's a thing.
It is already a thing, but
Wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, it is already a thing, but what is it called?
Mystic Clubstep Monster Hentai, oh god.
Jeez. And Clubettes. Jeez.
Yeah, I block every person who mentions Clubber on Twitter.
Real life with random spikes everywhere. Jesus.
There's a Discord server for it, which is even worse.
Yeah.
I feel like if I really, really had to put my mind to how it would work, it would probably be something like, if you've played Pokemon Go, and you know how there's like Pokestops everywhere and a bunch of different like monuments, I'd probably like place levels at each one.
That's brilliant.
Or you could create levels and then place them in places. That would be woke. But you actually have to go there. That'd be highly inconvenient. Pokemon Go, but you collect GD icons.
Oh
Yes.
my
You collect
god.
stars, gems, and other arbitrary items.
You make your system according to the GD tier list, icon tier list.
Oh my god. That would be a beyond cursed game. It would be funny. But funny enough, I don't actually think it would be the worst AR game. I can still think of one that is actually so cursed I still can't get over it to this day. It came sometime after Pokemon Go, and it's called JC Go. JC referring to Jesus Christ. It's literally like evangelical Pokemon Go, but the irony is that you kill people.
Oh my god, that's Jesus.
It's made by some Spanish guy, and the reason I learned about it is because apparently the Pope himself blessed the game. I did not even think that was possible.
What? I thought you were about to say
Yeah.
CJ Go, like as in GTA San Andreas CJ.
GD Battle Royale. I seen that, it was so bad.
Ach scheiße, jetzt geht es wieder los.
GD Battle Royale Go. Yo. I feel like making a Geometry Dash AR game would be terrible, but also a little funny.
Geometry Dash FPS game. Fortnite
Oh
version.
god, no. That, like, what would that even be?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale first-person shooter AR game.
Yeah.
Go. It's gotta have it going. What's funny is that if I were to program it, it probably would be Android only because nobody's actually created the GPS module for iOS. So it would most likely be Android only, laps, and I'm sorry, but
Discriminating
that's how it has
against
to be.
Apple people, I see. You're racist, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fucking conservative. Politically incorrect person.
It's one of those things that if I was like extraordinarily bored, I'd invent it just to throw the community on its head. But like, no, we don't need this.
I think we need a pedophile in this community just to get it to live up again. I mean, it is pretty dead right now.
Yeah.
It's like that's why people are making Clubette.
Yeah. The issue with creating the iOS apps is it's not even that you need a Mac to make it. You might need a Mac to install it experimentally. But the issue with the iOS, rather, is that Godot, which is the engine I use, it's fairly new, but anyways, it can export to iOS. I think actually getting it onto the phone is pretty challenging, but another issue is that since Apple's security is so really high, they don't like any custom modules being installed into the engine.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do a lot of funky stuff, and one of them being, I don't think you can access the GPS module easily, hence why no one's programmed one yet. Either that or you can, but nobody's bothered. All I know is that because of how painful Apple makes it, there's very little chance I could release such a thing on iOS. It would have to be Android.
Yeah. This sucks. Ass.
The good news is it doesn't need to be running on, I mean, I guess it probably should be running phone's version of Android. If any device has some kind of GPS locator, you know.
You know what we need? We need Pokemon version with Uno.
Pokemon Uno?
Yeah.
I don't know what that would achieve, but alright. Geometry Dash Uno.
Oh,
A
fucking...
GE card game like Curve was suggesting, that would be cursed. That would be very cursed. I don't know what that would be, but it'd be cursed. That's what it would be. Geometry Dash Monopoly.
2 hours of Geometry Dash shit. Oh, God.
Instead of getting sent back to jail, you get sent back to Polargeist.
Oh, my God.
GD board game, no. It's so bad. Yeah, so I think the moral of the story is that if I get too bored, I'm going to create something very, very bad. So I need to keep myself occupied.
Welcome to my club, buddy. Doing...
And that thing is going to be very, very bad. It's going to be Geometry Dash Go.
You activated my trap card. Press delete.
Of course.
We'll just advertise your disproving of not being a hacker, innit?
Yeah. You have now activated my 50 Hertz card.
Well, that was pretty fucking retarded.
Uh-oh.
Geometry's TikTok.
No thanks. I think I'll take a hard pass on that one.
Alright, boss. That's not very boss of you.
It's pretty slave.
That's pretty bruh moment. Oh, daddy's coming after me. Shit. Oh shit, he got me.
Uh-oh. Did you even send your screen?
Yeah, I did. It's in media right now.
Geometry Dash capitalism? Nah, Geometry Dash socialism. Don't actually do That's
No, that's good.
bad.
Socialism is fine, isn't it?
If Geometry Dash had a socialist system, that would be the funniest thing ever.
Oh shit, she's in stage 2. I'm very sorry.
It's just like as you progress through the game, you start earning less and less stars. Yes, Geometry Dash communism. Now that's something I can get behind.
Oh, how's this happen then? Fuck, I'm so sorry, mate. Oh, he's after my ass again.
If there's anything else I need to install on this bad boy. I guess perhaps more
Oh shit, he got me. Haha, he's like, got him. Libertarian jump dash built-in no clip. Why are we politicizing geometry now for jokes? Why?
This is terrible. Geometry Dash politics is the best politics. Alright, thank you, computer. Didn't ask for you, but alright.
What's it doing?
It's sassing me.
That's not false.
It's pretty slave, yeah.
That's pretty 17th century.
Pretty Africa, if you ask me.
In it, blood. Let me heal you, buddy.
Cultural left Geometry Dash. You can change game mode whenever you... That would be like whatever game mode you identify as is that you actually are.
How can you claim that you're not creative at all when you're making up these shitty game modes? Unconnected.
This sounds like an idea for a really, really terrible Geometry Dash video. What if Geometry Dash was political? And this is why I'm not on YouTube anymore.
Why are we politicizing GD?
Just be glad that it ends here with the ideas. Let's be glad that we don't have
For God's sakes, this guy's pissing me off.
Oh, you're getting pieced off?
Yeah.
Cultural right judge. Kill the rich merchant bot.
Oh my god.
No, Popcorn, don't do it.
Kill me! Oh, for God's sakes, I have autistic teammates. Oh, for fuck's sake, I have autistic teammates, this is not good. Now I hate it. Wait, my controller's bugged. He's lag switching. Great. Okay, I learned why he's ruining us now. It's because he's lag switching. He has a spicy controller. This is amazing. Rank 9, guys. What rank is this?
Sure did it.
Haha, caught on screen.
Oh boy, trying to manage two computers at once here is a little annoying, but that's what the setup life is all about.
Trying to successfully win this round is fucking stress.
Gives me an opportunity to rank them with
Oh. Or do you just have them saved on a note or whatever? You just have them saved in a notepad or whatever?
Yeah, I'm just writing them down. I want to have a backup because I always forget my password and I have like 40 accounts.
Wait, are all those accounts different? I mean, passwords.
Well, I mean, they're all for different things. Kind of a pain.
This is awful. Now he's like shooting me. Great. This is so pointless. This is Just back switching. At least around him. Ooh, window sound. I like that.
Yeah. I don't have headphones plugged into my laptop, so it's gonna make a couple sounds.
It's gonna make sounds, but I'm spamming the controller.
I wonder if you guys can get that nice fan ASMR there. Yeah, let me get a little closer. Yeah, that's real nice.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly quiet, I must say.
How much did it cost again?
Let's not talk about that. Price is just a number.
Yeah, and poverty is just an idea.
It was my grad gift, so shit. Wish I got a week later than everyone else with their grad gifts, but, you know, cool. It was pretty epic.
Oh, what was that?
On my end,
Yeah?
I am not sure what that is. Probably a plane. Hopefully not like an alien or a bomber jet. That would suck. That would be quite inconvenient. Being blown up by a nuke.
Oh, but seriously, how much did it cost? I'm actually curious. Alright, I'll shut up
Maybe
then.
I'll tell you at some point in the end. Let's just say I'm lucky I got it on sale.
Alright. I imagine it's pretty expensive, so...
It is. When you're packing something that's literally more powerful than my desktop, or laptop, form factor, that should be expensive.
I know.
They don't really press pretty nicely. And it's also 144. So at the very least, I don't have to keep up on that.
I hate being chased by this guy. Oh, he's actually pushing again, great.
It's a little hot under load on the bottom. Not too bad, though. It's not like burning my flesh, so.
This guy's a libtard.
I'm just worried that if you like play
What's this guy doing? What do you want from me? I wanna annoy you, but then again I don't wanna again.
Sorry, what?
I wanna annoy you, but then again I don't want to.
Annoy me with?
The price?
Oh, okay. I'll let you know some point later.
Nah, but seriously, how much did it cost? Nah, it's not curiosity at this point. I know it's pretty expensive. Like, I imagine
Oh,
it's...
yeah. A high-power laptop with also this type of battery, it ain't cheap, but it's an investment because I plan to use it all throughout university.
Man, if it's breaking down in university, I would laugh my ass off.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. Like, that would be pretty gay. Oh, what the fuck is chasing me again?
Unlike every computer I've owned, I actually installed Microsoft Office, and I have PowerPoint and Word. I have not successfully programmed on any of my past computers for this. Honestly, out of the you got Google Docs, pretty darn good. Google Slides, also pretty good. Not a good time. Google Sheets.
I feel like doing that.
I've never had a reason except I'm paranoid that like I'm gonna go to university and then like the Wi-Fi will stop working and then I can't take notes, so I'm gonna do all my notes offline.
That's good. Another thing, Viper, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, Frank? You need help.
Are you that bored?
Actually, if anything, she needs Jesus. You need to embrace the Lord.
Finally, he actually did a gen.
That reminds me, at school, oh no. The one teacher, we had a teacher in our school, I didn't hear, but one did, and he said, there's a teacher saying, save room for Jesus, and I'm like, no thanks, hope, I'm full. That was great.
Wait, what?
Oh, so there's I didn't hear this myself, but a friend said there was a teacher in our school who was saying, save room for Jesus, and then as soon as he said that, I'm just like, no thanks, ho, I'm full.
Oh. I saw someone call himself God on GTA. I think everybody knows that meme where he says, where the game says, well, GTA says, God left.
Yeah. Y'all remember the one time I had a guy named God join one of my servers?
Yeah.
That was fun. Best experience. Yeah, it is a popular name in the game.
God complex. Or superiority complex.
Everybody wants to be God.
Or inferiority complex. I didn't even say that right. I'm this retarded, am I?
It's like, are you good?
No, I'm not good. I'm handicapped. Their speech impediment is strong. The speech impediment is strong.
Oh my.
Ich bin German. Deutsche. Ich spreche Deutsch, Mann. Praise the Lord, Herr Führer. Wait, shit, I'm gonna get called out for being a right-wing channel, aren't I?
Yeah, you're gonna be labeled as alt-right.
To every leftist that was watching this stream, everything I do and say is just for comedic effect. I am not a right-wing in any way possible, as I don't support any of the ideologies presented in this stream.
How many views do you have right now?
None.
Oh, okay.
Two, actually. One of which is myself.
Oh boy.
I have to say, that's actually a really cool profile picture, Viper. The mixture of the colours. I just have to send this guy a message because he's actually a legend for letting me live this many times.
But thanks, bro.
Oh. Actually. You happy now?
Typing. Only thing left to do now is to get an external hard drive to store everything on, and then I will be good to go.
Yeah. Sounds good in it.
Also, I might want to change the wallpaper, but I don't know what to change it to.
What is even the wallpaper?
Oh, it's just the default one that they throw on that's like of the logo.
GD wallpaper.
No. So bad.
Oh, it contributes to the degeneracy, innit? Grr.
Yeah, this is pretty epic. Oh, I forgot to install Minecraft. How could I forget?
I mean, Viper, let's be real here. The GD community really represents the degeneracy and...
Yeah, it's really not great.
It's kind of
I
like...
was smart because I found a way to profit off of it.
profiting.
Now that's capitalism right there.
Now, you're contributing to degeneracy, and I hope you regret what your stupid philosophical mistakes, alright?
I'll regret it when it stops making me money.
Is it still making you money?
Not much, but yes.
He's like, I'll take it.
I will. It is mine. And this is why capitalism is epic and social retard.
Now we need to bookmark like every fucking what's it called? Every website that you also use.
Yeah.
YouTube,
I don't
Twitter.
even use that many that frequently.
Also, you changed your username on Instagram now that I think of it.
Yes, that was the... I changed it because that's the new username I've been thinking of using.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mentioned I was... Because the name I have now is an abbreviation, and the new name is also an abbreviation, but I decided to go more general, right?
Alright.
I don't know, I wanted to change it to something because it looked a bit more normal, per se, because I've come to a bit of an interesting revelation that is really bothersome, but I can't really get around it, and it's that if because I don't want to show everything I've done to people I meet in the future, but then if I have, like, no social media, that's weird, and that's the weirdest thing, is, like, the thought that someone not having social media is strange. That concept to me is really foreign. So it's like I need to create like a pseudo social media account. So be like, yeah, I have this account. I'm a normal person, but that's like its only purpose.
Sounds lit.
That way, I don't get any weird looks from people in the future or questions or anything. Because if you don't have social media, they will question you.
Yeah, that is pretty true.
We live in a dystopia, lads.
Speaking of which, I will not disclose any information about myself when I participate that higher school. I want to remain mysterious because I really can't be asked to deal with the shit I'm already dealing with.
You're gonna be the quiet kid in the back.
Kind of, but the thing is, I'm not gonna say this. Never mind.
Like, you gotta have friends.
Yeah, friends, but I'm not going to disclose any personal information whatsoever.
Because if you don't got the friends, you're gonna die.
I don't want to be questions. That's all. Everything about my...
Questions about what?
You know what?
Oh. Or do I?
Just in general. You know who I am already. I don't want to deal with that shit.
Or do I?
Speaking of which, in 3 days, it's going to be 10 months since we did a Hunger Games session. 12th August.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really cares about it anymore, so no surprise. You get bored of them after a couple, admittedly.
Maybe. Actually, it's not the 12th August. I think it's even earlier than that. Maybe. Yeah, it's 11th August, 2 p.m. No, not 2 p.m. What am I talking about? In 2 days. really proof that we, the staff members, are lazy degenerates.
And that we live in a society.
I wish we could live in a cult.
A cult, alright.
I get some interesting interactions. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, me and Carter got shipped only because we slept together in Hunger Games. I'm still traumatized by that, massively.
Yeah, I feel like if you bring new people into it continually, then yeah, that's just some new.
I don't wanna... Hello, Weezop.
Oh, the Eve dot.
Yep.
Yeah, that one guy I think we threatened about.
Who even is he? I forgot.
An annoying individual who might think better job.
Oh.
What on earth? Okay, so I'm just doing a test search, alright? So I can get Google registered as a proper search engine on this computer. I wanted to look up cat videos, just something super generic. And as I'm typing in cat, the first thing that comes up after cat is cat fetish. So I'm like, alright, internet, we need to have a talk. This ain't good. This ain't gonna cut. I don't like this.
Yeah. Weebs have destroyed the internet, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a pig. Oh, the pig is hunting me.
For some reason, when I looked up YouTube in Google, it took me straight to the tab. And yeah, it's not good. It isn't all out.
Jesus, this pig is bad. Weed dubs up. Weeds up. We get weeds up. Haha.
We get weed and
I regret living. You know why babies cry when they get born? Because they already realize that life is going to be suffering and they don't want to live.
This is a true fact.
I require oxygen.
You know how close that mic is in your mouth, Toby?
How'd that taste?
That was intentional.
But how did it taste though?
It actually wasn't. Just really close.
Was it does it have an adequate taste?
As someone who's actually eaten their mic, they don't taste good.
Huh?
Actually, accidentally eaten their mic, they don't taste good.
It's bitter.
It's bittersweet, I guess you could say. Oh shit, here we go again.
Alright, well, listen up, we.nxis robot. You're a freak, like, eat liking to eat mics. And, you need to stop. Your opinion is impressive.
My arm. Oh, damn it.
I'm gonna do a genius setup new laptop. I'm gonna have one browser for schoolwork and another browser for not. That's just genius. This browser is for my YouTube channel, and then I have the thing. No. Okay.
Oh, you're a cock.
Oh, you got a download from the Microsoft store. Gross. Sometimes you gotta put up with a little gross stuff until you're done setting up the laptop. Microsoft store is so slow. Oh my god. Yeah. That.
Oh, I'm gonna die now.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I just want ad blocks. I don't feel like AIDS, virtual AIDS, while I'm trying to like do schoolwork. That's a cursed screenshot. Says. I don't know if you're looking at PC chat. That is cursed. Alright, well, thank you, Windows, for sassing. I have literally been sassed.
Brilliant.
There we go. Adblock officially enabled. Epic. Now I don't have to deal with the
I think it says it's having another manic episode. The guy is pretty
I
bipolar.
don't know what that's from, but that's funny. So you guys know the really cursed stigma involving like life hacks and how they're just the dumbest thing ever, right? Well, on the new tab page for Edge, it shows all the news going on. And one of the articles that came up is a life hack, home hacks that everyone wishes they knew sooner. And the photo is literally someone with like an eyedropper putting fluid on the inside of a toilet paper roll. I don't know for what reason, but alright.
Yeah, I'll delete that.
That is a very cursed image.
Yeah, I don't know when that was.
Posted that. I assume it was his Kirby, but you know.
Yeah, that was Kirby who posted it, but how long is that message? I need to figure that out.
I don't know when that's from.
Kirby, when was that message posted?
It's like,
Kirby.
Let me god, don't Roblox. This is epic.
Yeah, that was extremely uncomfortable.
Lego introduces new sharper bricks that instantly kill you when you step on them. Nice. Oh. Yeah, so I'm actually going to be using Edge occasionally on this laptop, which I think is going to be interesting. I have an opposite setup on my desktop, where I use Edge for the very rare school work and then do everything else in Chrome. It's just more convenient to do that than to swap accounts all the time, especially with my situation in YouTube, because it makes it like 10 times worse to swap accounts.
Yeah, sorry for a little bit.
I have a very weird setup that, quite honestly, I don't know how I pulled it off in on my desktop. I don't think like into a glitch where I'm logged into YouTube with one Google account and then everything else with another, and I don't think you're supposed to be allowed to do that. Either I'll use Edge in Chrome or I'll use like Firefox in Chrome, but I'm actually all that familiar with Firefox, so.
Alright.
Edge isn't good, but it's like, it works. It doesn't need to be great, it just needs to work. I'll use Opera. the best web browser.
Kirby, where did you find that image from?
Colby server.
Oh, hey.
How recent even is it?
10 minutes ago?
Jesus. Yeah, he's having another manic episode, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why his impulses are acting up.
I'll give Firefox a shot for a little while. I'm not as familiar with this, it's going to be quite bothersome, but I'll do it only if Firefox has ad block on it. I think it does, but... Oh, I've seen that image of where you just start using Shrek as a unit of... That is a pretty epic way of using Shrek. Speaking of Shrek, I had an epiphany the other day. Shrek. And it's kind of wild. It's like... Shrek is a better example of what feminism should be than, like, the entirety of feminism put together. Like, it actually has some feminist themes in it, but, like, they're actually good. They're not terrible and forced and shoved down our throats. Like, they're reasonable. And I'm like, wow, Shrek was, like, amazing. I mean, you don't need to tell me to, know that, but, like, yeah, that's pretty good. I was just pleasantly surprised by that. I remembered because, I read it somewhere online, and I was like, alright, that's me. And then I was eating lunch one day, and Shrek was just playing on the TV. I'm like, oh, it adds up. This checks out. another version of Firefox, which clearly is awesome. I need to install. No, I don't. Alright, I mean, it probably does, but I don't know. Don't need it. Virus chromiums, yeah. Yes, we remember who you are. Corona, since you changed it to. And my neighbor's really going to town outside my window. I don't know what he's doing, but doing something. No, I don't think he's committing a Shane Dawson. I think he is either doing the most epic yard work I've ever heard, or he is, I don't know, or he's just being a maniac, who knows. You know, crazy play.
The artwork, I mean.
Yeah, that's some mad, weather. You ever commit yard? Jeez. I might go for a little bit just because I want to get outside while it's nice. Go do a thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are still gonna be around, but I shouldn't be gone for like that long. Gonna have to put my new laptop down. Gonna have to take a break. Probably a good idea, since this is literally what I've been playing around with all day. But before I go, just want to give my opinion on pineapple pizza. It's not the worst kind of pizza.
It's still shit, and I will read for 30 seconds again if you fucking dare eat that thing again, mate.
I'm just gonna put it out there, I've seen worse pizzas. Alright, see you later, guys.
Bye. I don't want an invite. Hi, Viper. Even more now. Yeah, it says Q doesn't know how to deal with situations. Retard. He does. The thing. You think he's just moving on from it can justify something. He's a retard. Alright, yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit pissed about it. Oh shit, he's right behind there. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. already. He's getting Mauries. I'll have to get on this side of the map now. Yeah, that's true, but then again, you also have to consider the balance in it. You can't just make survivors overpowered or the killers overpowered. You have to even it out. Yeah, that's true. You can't just heal that instantly. It would be insanely unfair for the killer. It would also be insanely unfair for the survivor if the healing was any slower. I'm just stating the obvious here. He's getting chased. I need to do a gem. Is he getting Mauries? No, he's getting hanged. Hulu and hang. Oh, fuck off. Nope, I'm leaving. Couldn't do anything. Sorry, mate. How long have I been streaming for? About 2 hours almost. Alright, I'll just end it here myself then.